Getting played on national radio, going viral on TikTok, or even getting on a playlist isn't the end goal. It shouldn't be the end goal. We've had artists placed on massive playlists on Spotify like New Music Friday, R&B UK, Spotify and Chill. You name it, we've probably got an artist on it. But if that meant that every artist that got playlisted would break or would be charting, then that would be a lot of artists doing really well. That's not the case. That's the first step. If you get playlisted, people are listening to your music, but that doesn't mean you've got tons of fans buying tickets to your show. So this video is going to tell you how to do that. Get people to buy tickets to your show, engage with everything you post on socials, stream every single song, and not rely on anything, not rely on radio, playlists, social media. Just have fans that are there always. Music marketing isn't just about getting one track viral or getting those numbers up. It's about growing an engaged audience. I'm not going to waste any time telling you how to get your music discovered because you can do that by watching all of our other videos. This video is about what to do next, and that's going to be broken down into 3 sections. And these 3 things are the ways that you can get your music discovered. So that's Spotify or music streaming platforms, so getting on a playlist, radio, getting your track played on the radio and people are listening to it, and social media, creating content which people are actually engaging with. For example, going viral on TikTok or YouTube. I'll link videos below on those 3 things and how you can actually go about those things. But once you've done that, that's when you need to take a step up. Let's start off with radio play. National radio play is incredible for an emerging artist. Well, any artist, because there's an audience that are guaranteed to be there listening. Great for getting your music discovered, great for earning money as well. However, just because someone's listened to your track doesn't mean they're going to be your fan. You can be driving in your car, put on the radio and just hear some tracks and that's that. However, you want to capture people, you want people to remember you and stream your music, come back for more, follow you on social media, buy tickets to your shows. You want them to be a fan, and that's definitely possible when you actually react to getting played on radio. Obviously, you can't target every single person that listened because you don't know who was listening that day and that time to that radio station. However, you can be quite targeted with your ads based on people's listening habits and what they like on social media. For example, if you are from the UK, you will know BBC Radio 1 Jack Saunders show. It plays indie music, mainly indie rock. And if you got played on that show, you could run an ad to people that like that style of music, but also like BBC Radio 1. They're likely to listen to that show. If you run an ad saying as heard on, and you had the BBC Radio 1 logo on there and Jack Saunders, those people are likely to stop and engage. You can be a bit more raw as well. You can film your reaction to getting played on the radio. Whatever you do, just make sure that people know it's BBC Radio 1 and the show, and you're targeting the right people. Then those people hear the track again, they have your Instagram or Facebook wherever you run the ad, and they can find you, they can engage with you, they can listen to the music over and over. You can also go even more specific. If you find that those ads aren't being cost effective, you can find other artists that were played on the show that day and target people that like them. You can either run these ads with a click through to Spotify, or you can have it so it clicks through to your social media. But if that's the case, your social media needs to be up to scratch. You need to have your Instagram, your Facebook, wherever you're running it, up to scratch with content, but with also all details. So a good bio, some good highlights, stories running every day. Make sure you're doing that, otherwise the ads that you're running are basically pointless and you're just chucking money away. Next up, you have streaming platforms. Many of you have probably been playlisted already, whether that's on an editorial playlist or a really large branded one. Branded ones can be just as good as editorial playlists, so don't forget about them. And by branded, I basically mean a playlist which isn't owned by an individual, but a brand like a blog, or potentially someone like Alex Rainbird who owns a YouTube channel. Those are more branded rather than user curated, which is just someone in their bedroom making a playlist. Majority of music consumption comes from streaming platforms now, which is fantastic because it means you can get people to listen to your music easily. The chance of getting your music discovered is so much better. However, listeners aren't fans. You want people listening to your music, of course, but you want them to actually go somewhere else or engage with you somewhere else, because if they're just listening, they may not even know your artist name. So there are a few simple things that you can be doing to ensure you're pushing people from Spotify to your socials. And it's always going to come down to that, having people on your social media, because that's where you can fully capture them, engage with them, be super personal. So what you're going to do, first thing, pretty simple, make sure your social media is linked on your Spotify or any of your streaming platforms. This is great because if someone discovers you in a playlist, goes across to your account, they can easily click on any of your social media platforms. But that does mean those platforms have to be up to date and high quality content needs to be pumped out. And that high quality content can't just be the music because they've just come from Spotify. They've listened to your music there. They don't want to come across to your Instagram and it's just the same thing. They can get that on Spotify. Offer something different. Make it personal, show the behind the scenes, show what you're all about. Your content is your brand. Next up, you're going to do something which is pretty similar to the reaction to getting radio play. You're going to run ads which are specific to people that are listening to those playlists. And the easiest way to do this is create a promotional video. And this can be as seen on, or it can simply be a screen recording of you going through the playlist and then clicking your song. From here, you're going to target people that are fans of other artists in that playlist. So say you're added to a pop playlist, you can target people that like someone like Dua Lipa, someone that's in that playlist. So the person that is getting targeted with that ad is more likely to view it. The aim for this is the playlist adds as credibility. So then they click through from the ad and they're on your social media. You want those playlists to get you fans, not just listeners. You're also going to focus on your engagement. Your followers might be coming from Spotify, which is fantastic. People have clicked through from your account and gone onto your Spotify. However, that doesn't mean they're a fan just yet. You need to pull them in. Easiest thing to do is engage with them in DMs. In one of my recent videos, I actually made this comment and people went wild for it, and I think it's because we never mentioned it before. What you can do is use voice notes on Instagram DM. Super simple to do, and it also means that you sound super personal with them because you've taken the time to leave a voice note. It's actually quicker than messaging someone though. So every new follow you get, message them or send a voice note just saying something like, thanks for following, checked out your profile, blah, blah, blah. Super cool for them and they're more likely to stay engaged. You can also look to engage with people more in comments, so replying to every comment, and also stories. Instagram stories are killing it for artists at the moment. It means you can stay more professional on the feed if you want to, and stories are where you can be a bit more raw. You can use the Instagram features like the poll, the Q&A, the effects, anything you want, and then you can engage with people. And that means you're taking someone that's come from Spotify and making them a fan rather than a casual listener or just a follower. Finally, we've got social media. People might be discovering your music there. They might have found you from a YouTube video, you might have gone viral on TikTok, or you might have had an ad that worked really successfully. If you've done that, nice one, because social media is a great way to engage with people. However, we have found that going viral doesn't always mean getting fans. Going viral can sometimes mean you have one piece of content that just blows up, it fully pops, but no one comes back for more. And the main reason for this is there's no consistent theme. For example, if on Burstmo's YouTube channel, we did a video where it was a food challenge and it went viral. Great, we got 2 million views, but that audience is pointless to us. They're not musicians, they're not music industry people that we want to engage with. And it's the same for musicians. If you do a bit of content or something with your music which makes it blow up, but it has nothing to do with your brand or anything to do with you as an artist, it's pointless. You're getting numbers. It's like getting placed on a playlist which isn't your genre. So what you need to do is have a consistent theme. Have something which means that people are going to stick around. They're going to come back for more. And this means being consistent with your music-based content, your music, but also your everyday content. So be consistent. That's the main tip for this one. But also overall, stick to being consistent with your music and your content and you will be rewarded. Overall, music discovery is difficult. It's hard to get your music out there, but the hardest part is keeping people's attention and making them a fan. So make sure you're doing all of these things together to capture that audience, keep them engaged, and make them a lifelong fan. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, hit that like button. If you have any questions about any of this, make sure to drop a comment below, and we'll see you in the next one.